Hi, and welcome to the one-to-one Chromebook overview for parents. In this video, we will be discussing how Chromebooks will be assigned to each student at Cherry Creek Academy this school year. It will look a little different between elementary school and middle school. Elementary school students will use their Chromebooks within the classroom, and middle school students will also be able to take their devices home. We will be providing training to each student prior to them getting their assigned Chromebook. For kindergarten and first grade, we will come into the classroom and explain everything in person. Second through eighth grade, we will also be in person, and they will also watch a video. The video will be slightly longer for middle school students who will be taking their devices home. You are welcome to also watch these videos, although we will be covering most of it in this overview. Each Chromebook has a different label, and depending on if the student is in elementary school or middle school, the information varies. In elementary school, there is a student number, and each student needs to know which device belongs to them for the school year. Then there is also a classroom number and a Chromebook number, which is also known as a CB number. On a middle school Chromebook, since they go home with the students, there is a student name and a CB number. Cherry Creek Academy still owns these Chromebooks, and we let your students use it throughout the school year. We will monitor what students type into their Chromebooks. Teachers and staff can see into a student screen at any time during the school day. There is no expectation of privacy on these Chromebooks or in their student accounts that CCA owns. And you, as parents, can sign up to see reports from Securely, who does our device content filter. We use Securely as our content filter every time a student logs into a Chromebook with their student account, which is the only way they can get into a Chromebook. It is active. I will show you here a sample of one of their documents that we will send home to you. Every parent can also access the parent portal, which is where you can see your student's activity online through Securely. In addition to content filtering, Securely provides cyberbullying and self-harm detection. We have 24/7 monitoring from humans who will let us know if there's an issue. If your student is bringing their device home, you will also be able to control at-home settings outside of school hours. We will be sending home directions on how to do that, and you can also access those through the Chromebook Handbook. Now we'll talk about some rules around the Chromebook, what to do and what not to do. We need the asset tag or label to remain on the computer. We also need to make sure that no other stickers are put on the computer. They are very difficult to remove and can leave residue. Students should not write on the computer with anything. They should also not touch the screen with their fingers or anything else. The only exception is a pre-approved cleaning cloth, and we will talk about that in a few minutes. Students should not alter the computer in any way, including removing the keys. We also ask that you do not expose a Chromebook to extreme temperatures. For instance, please never leave it in a car, especially when it is really cold or really hot. And if the Chromebook does get warm or cold, please let it return to a normal temperature before turning it on. I ask students to carry their Chromebook safely with both hands if they are carrying it without being in a case, and if it's in a case, being secured properly. Students should not run with the Chromebook. Something that can damage your screen that you probably haven't even thought of is if you have something on the keyboard and you close your screen. It can break the screen. That could be anything from a notebook, a pen, or anything. So please do not put anything on your keyboard. Don't carry your Chromebook by the screen. Don't put your Chromebook on the floor and walk away. We don't want anybody to step on it. And don't use your Chromebook as a tracing table. That means do not put paper over the screen and trace on the piece of paper. In elementary school, we will have monthly cleaning days to clean the Chromebooks. In middle school, we ask that your students clean their Chromebooks at least once a month. We found this summer when we cleaned the Chromebooks that they're really disgusting and dirty. So we really need everybody's help to keep them clean. Students should never eat nor drink near their Chromebook. Dirty hands definitely transfer to keyboards. This summer when we were cleaning, there were several black cloths after 1 or 2 keyboards. We recommend using the wipes that you use to clean eyeglasses. Those are great on the keyboard and the screen. You can use electronic spray if spraying on a microfiber cloth and using that as long as it is not too wet. Do not spray the computer directly. I did touch on in the videos about being a good digital citizen. I barely touched on it. Their teachers will talk about it a lot more throughout the school year. What I mention is that they need to log into their own account and their own Chromebook, not anybody else's. They need to know what to share and not to share personal information, and not to tell anybody their passwords. They need to be kind and aware of how they sound when they are typing something. The person on the other side of the screen might not know their intention. So if a student thinks they're being funny, the other person might think they're being mean. Not to open suspicious email, and to report any cyberbullying to teachers or you, their parents and or guardians. We next discuss how they will get their Chromebooks repaired. So students are supposed to tell their teacher when they have a problem, then they need to bring it to the library and they complete a repair form. It's on an iMac in the back of the library. And if they need help, we will definitely help them. Once they're done completing that form, they put it in the repair bin. They check out a Chromebook if they need to, and if one is available. They can also check out a charger with it if they need to. And then they will get an email when it's ready. Within the Chromebook, when they get it back, there will be an invoice that they need to give to you. That invoice needs to be paid within 2 weeks. We only charge for the parts. We do not charge for labor. We charge for the parts what we pay for them. If you have insurance, it would be half of that price. You can pay for those online. Directions will be on the invoice. And since we own the Chromebooks, we need to be the ones to repair them. We also go through how to create bookmarks, as well as how to organize Google Drive so they have some ideas, and how to access our school team drive. If you want to see those, you can watch the full video for the students, or we also will have those pulled apart so that students can go back and just watch the one that they would like. Those will be available on my school YouTube channel, and students should know how to access it. It is also where this video is playing from right now. We just briefly touch on the check-in process at the end of the school year. The hope is we will do this the last week of school, potentially the week before that. With all students, we will schedule a time with their teacher, and we will sit down with the students and briefly go through the Chromebook to make sure it's in good working order, nothing is broken, and there are no stickers or any of that stuff. It needs to be clean. Middle school students need to also make sure they turn in their charger with their Chromebook. If you are going to be out of town, it is your responsibility to make sure that we get it before you leave. That's the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. This is my email address, or your student can email this email address, which is our school help desk email address, and we would be glad to assist you. Thank you.